Good evening. I call the June 19, 2024 meeting to order. The time now is 6 o'clock. Okay. Please all stand and salute the flag. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Jerry, could you call a roll call, please?
Mayor Park,
Here.
Member Kim,
Here.
Member Simon,
Here.
Member Luciano, Member Di Gregorio,
Here.
Member Bagats,
Yes.
Member Liang.
Here.
Okay, thank you. And could you read the statement of compliance?
Sure. Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided in accordance with the Open Public Meeting Law, 1975, Chapter 231, setting forth the time, date, place, and purpose of the public meeting through a legal notice published in the record, posted on the borough website and the bulletin board.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to go into the
Mr. Mayor,
session.
Mr. Mayor, may I just have a moment to address the public?
We have a public session.
Yes, it's just going to take a moment.
Okay,
Thank
yeah,
you.
go ahead.
Thank you. I'd like to make a loud and clear announcement, and I'd like to address more directly Judge Farrington, and I'd like to address the principal of 800, Brett Tansman. In 2019, during the mob at the upper school, I stated I was for welcoming those that are less fortunate to our town. Brett Tansman, you once told the council that you wanted to be a good neighbor. We want to be a good neighbor also. I believe that in my heart. I do hope in the next weeks that good things can happen to Inglewood Cliffs and our new residents coming here. I feel that there is a fair and equitable way to resolve our differences and make everybody happy. I say this from deep in my heart, and I wish this to happen, especially for those with less means that have an opportunity to live in our town safely. Thank you for your attention, and thank you, Mr. Mayor, for allowing me the opportunity to express my deep felt feelings. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I need a motion.
I'll make a motion.
And anybody second? Okay. Okay, let's go get in there and close session. How long does it go around? 1 hour?
1 hour.
Okay, please take around for 1 hour. The personal matters.
You actually gotta ask for a vote.
We have to stop recording, I think?
Don't we have to say what it's for? I mean,
It's on the agenda what it's for.
I haven't seen the agenda, so.
It's in front of you.
I need a motion. Okay, I need a motion to come out closed session.
I'll make a motion.
Second, okay. All in favor?
Yes.
Okay, aye. And the next item is, okay, Department Head Report. Police Chief, would you come out and could you report?
Oh, this is the water.
Good evening.
I will apologize in advance for the ones of my report. We've been very busy. As everyone knows, late in May, we had some suspicious incidents in town and some burglaries. We met with some residents thereafter. I also sent a letter to all residents, just kind of updating them of the happenings and giving them some tips in order to reduce the likelihood of becoming a victim. So that meeting was very productive, and I think it was very well received by the residents. We also, just in the last few weeks, In a joint investigation with the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office, we arrested our armed robbery suspect from, that was in March armed robbery at a business on 9W. So I'm very pleased with the results of that investigation and the outcome. I have to thank the Prosecutor's Office for the help on that. Our Detective Bureau also identified and arrested 2 burglary suspects, 1 adult, 1 juvenile, and they were in connection with burglaries that occurred in December on both Roberts Road and Raymond. So again, I have to commend Lieutenant Walt and Lieutenant Cotton for their investigative work at closing 2 of our burglaries.
Thank you.
On the crime front, I'm sure everybody knows about the what started off as an aggravated assault and was elevated to first-degree attempted murder on Friday evening at one of our businesses on 9W. I have to commend the patrol officers who responded. They did tremendous work on the victim. She was fortunately treated and released the same day as the attack. And again, tremendous investigative work by Lieutenant Todd and Lieutenant Walt and the prosecutor's office, who all contributed to the apprehension of the suspect in under 24 hours. So in less than 24 hours, we went from an unknown assailant to in custody and charged with first-degree attempted murder. So tremendous job by everybody. I can't say enough good things about them or thank them enough for their efforts. And I have to say, my thoughts are still with the victim. She was very shaken up, as anyone, one of us would be. She proved to be a tremendous witness, and the insight she was able to give us will be valuable when it comes to trial if it goes that far. On the traffic front, the Grand Fondo bike race, which happened on May 19th, went off without a hitch. Another successful event. The flashing stop sign at Denmarest and Floyd is installed and operational. Just a couple days ago, on June 10th, I had a meeting with Kramer, PSE&G, Englewood PD, New Jersey Transit, regarding the closure, upcoming closure of Palisade Avenue, which will begin on June 24th. That will be in the city of Englewood, so west of Summit Street and down to North Woodland. So the closure will be an Englewood job, but obviously will be impacted by the traffic. The detour routes, I believe, have been sent around. If anyone's unaware, the cars will primarily be detoured to use Pershing and Chestnut. Trucks and buses will be directed to proceed north on North Woodland all the way up to East Clinton and access 9W at that point. PSE&G will do outreach to all the impacted residents along the route. And I believe Administrator Barbario also plans to come in contact.
Yep.
From a community
Please,
standpoint,
Palisades,
we
12
did
weeks.
six weeks is best case scenario, 12 weeks worst case scenario.
I go straight to the worst.
And the timing of this is not a coincidence, in recognition of the impact that this closure will have on the school buses. They waited until after the school was over, and so they hope to get it done before reopening the school. The only bright spot is while they are working in Englewood, they're gonna leave our Palisade Avenue alone. So they're gonna allocate all their resources into Englewood because they are working on a very tight time schedule. So no more work on our Palisade Avenue for the summer. We did donate the ballistic plates that were approved last month. Thank you very much for approving that, and those plates are on their way to protect other officers elsewhere. Appreciate that. I have to thank Officer Regan, who went to Washington DC with the 8th graders on their annual trip. He had a great time, and I think it was a great opportunity for the students and the teachers and the faculty to kind of mingle with the from our police department while we're there to also provide them a little bit of protection. So, good job by him. We also participated in the Special Olympics torch run, which maybe you saw 2 Fridays ago. Lieutenant Ford, Officer Regan, and Officer Cora participated in the torch run. It was a great event. We saw it on our social media. And Officer Regan actually took it a step further and went down to Ewing to participate in the opening ceremonies and greet all the special athletes. So we have nothing but good things to say about the experience there. Tomorrow, I'll be speaking at the 8th grade graduation. You'll be there. I was invited by Principal Winch, so I'm looking forward to that. And sending the 8th graders off to their next level of education in high school. And finally, we had 1 resignation in the police department, Sergeant Kyle Lust. He's moved on to pursue his law enforcement career with the Bergen County Prosecutor's Office. He was with us for 12 years. Sergeant Lust was a tremendous asset to the department. I hate to lose him. But he thinks that opportunity is just better for him at this stage in his life. I wish him all the best. And we're gonna miss him. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Police Chief, thank you for your hard work. Okay, thank you.
Good question. I've seen some emails through Oprah, I guess, but emails about still having issues with noise coming from some of our establishments on Sylvan Ave. Have you been, I mean, I thought we did a new ordinance, it stops outside music, has it been enforced, what's going on? Cause I see a bunch of emails, people still unhappy, and this is not the music coming from the Bronx either,
No.
because that was a different issue, but
This is,
they're still having issues over here with our local establishments, and just wondering what, because we did pass an ordinance, right?
Right.
We did.
So I mean, what are we actually doing to help?
So, yes, that's a business that we're all very familiar with. I believe there's some conversations with escalating the penalties, some sort of progressive fines. As it stands right now, she's been spoken to, she has made promises of compliance, and when the weekend comes, the compliance isn't there.
Have we issued any summonses?
We have.
We have.
I don't know when the last one was, but we have issued summonses, and my officers have been directed to give it their attention. Unfortunately, this past Saturday, the Saturday just passed, they were unable to give it much attention because our attempted murder suspect, when we got him back here for interviews on Saturday evening, all of a sudden he had some sort of medical emergency, needed to be transported to the hospital, so we were allocating resources to do the thing at the hospital, things of that nature, so.
Understood. Can we please just issue summonses? Because, I mean, some of them were clear. I mean, not that I got the email or it was forwarded on to me, but I seen the emails of, residents complaining. They've been here over a year ago. We changed the law. We changed it again for whatever reason, because there was some issues with your office about wanting to tighten it up. And I think it's not fair to the residents that live over here. They've been complaining for a year.
Agreed. Unfortunately, there's lots of laws and lots of ordinances that people break all the time. So, our from a police department standpoint, our recourse is a summons, which has proven ineffective because she really doesn't care about the summons. So.
Issue a summons every day. That's all, I mean, just because they, just because they can afford to pay the summons doesn't negate the fact that, when a resident comes to us, we say, you know what? We've issued them a summons every day, and if your recommendation is, hey, you know what? Increase the fines. What are the fines now? That's what we need to find out. Mr. Attorney, if you could please find out for us, what do we put in that ordinance? And if it needs to be progressive, then you know what, you and our administrator work on progressive, let's make it, you know what?
I believe that conversation is.
Well, once again, I'm not privy to all the conversations that take place in this government, but if you could please, I would say, you know what, enough talking, let's just issue summonses, please. Second issue that I have a question on, it was brought to my attention, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago, through legal documents, that we have a laptop and we have a phone that somehow has been turned over to our previous borough administrator's attorney. And they've had it for years. And somehow we need to get a court order.
What?
Or we got some kind of court request so that our equipment, which to me is being possessed by an attorney illegally. And I don't understand why.
I'm not, sorry, I'm on me to interrupt you, but I'm not familiar with this, but if this is pending litigation or
Well,
investigation,
I
I don't
But
think we
I
should.
think that, you know what, I don't understand how someone can possess our property, a private citizen turned over to their attorney, and I don't know why we haven't sent you or your officers to go there and claim our property as being stolen and charging them with possession of stolen property. I find it just bizarre to me that our equipment has been held by a private citizen's attorney who's actually suing us and probably gonna use that information against us. And why any of this is happening, and I'm just venting, I don't mean it towards you, I know your hands are tied a little bit. This is something that should have came down administratively, and I just found it out through court filings and Oprah. I'm just taken back by the fact that someone claimed someone else's phone and computer. Then they were terminated, supposedly turned into you, their phone and computer, prior administrator, wiped it and gave you theirs, which to me should have been a crime, that they destroyed government property, but also kept the previous administrator's computer and phone. Something ain't right. So, maybe we could have another talk about somewhere through our attorney or something, but to me, and if I need to file a complaint, I asked you about it a couple of years ago on the other one, I'll sign the complaint. I don't understand how a computer and a phone, I'm repeating myself, and I apologize, but I'm still just a little riled up to think that, you know what, they're holding on to our equipment and using it against us, and we're doing nothing, but thank you, and I apologize.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you, Chair. Okay. Now, Fire Department, Matt Nicole. Oh, okay.
Just join government.
Would you come out? Okay, yes.
What is this?
Hi, Andrew.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Fire Department had a very busy month of May. There were several motor vehicle accidents with people trapped in it, which our firefighters were able to successfully remove victims without significant injury. There were also some other fire events, minor fire events, that all things were handled successfully, no injuries, no damage. On the social front, we were, of course, honored and welcomed everybody to the fire department for Memorial Day services. It was a very solemn ceremony. Thank you, the governing body who attended, and we were happy to host it. And, it reflected well on the community. We are also happy to announce that we finally have a concrete delivery date for our utility vehicle, which is going to be Saturday, June 29th. And we invite the entire governing body to come over and be happy to show it off and let you take a cruise through it and its functionality. We'd be most happy to have anybody there for it. On a lighter note, we bought our ladder truck to the Angle Cliffs 8th grade graduation PTA car wash. We gave them a little more than $20 to wash it like they were asking, so, they put a little bit extra work into it, so it's a little bit bigger of a truck than they normally get to handle. And that is basic. One last thing is that, through our social media and constant contact, and I'll send you a draft, Jerry. We'd like to send out a message regarding fireworks safety approaching the 4th of July.
Sure.
Fireworks, non-sparkler type fireworks, as you know, are illegal in the state of New Jersey to be sold and used. That doesn't mean that people go to other states and unfortunately purchase them, but fireworks are not handled properly, extremely deadly and dangerous. So we'll send you and again coordinate with our social media for a letter to be sent out or email notice to be sent out to the town. And that's it. Any
Thank you.
questions?
Okay, thank you. Any other question? Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
Okay. DPW, Mark, please come up.
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Well, finally here. So this Saturday, June 22nd, is our annual shredding event. Shredding cardboard, coats, 9 to 1 down at DPW. You know, everyone's welcome. And it's been well received in the past, so I anticipate a good event. The Chief touched on the PSE&G road closure. I do want to mention that in that closure is Dorchester Road, Stratford Road, Beverly Road, Kim Hunter, and Martin Court, all which will still be accessible by the borough. So if anybody needs attention or needs help with something regarding recycling, bulk trash pickup, or any issues, please call the office 201-568-0242, and everything will be accommodated through, we'll get to it. Chief mentioned the flashing stop sign's been installed, working as it should. We did attend the flood mitigation meeting in Tenafly on May 16th, which we're attending June tomorrow in the May 21st, we had a pre-construction meeting for Veterans Park. Galvin Contracting is mobilized and is working. We anticipate an August, September opening of that park. May 22nd was a pre-construction meeting for Woody Field. Land Tech Incorporated is the contractor for that project, and they're gonna be, gonna close the property on July 1st, and they're gonna probably mobilize sometime by the 10th. The playground at Woody Field will remain open while the playground at Veterans is being installed. We did have a somewhat involved sewer break at the corner of Hudson Terrace and New Street, and that was actually wrapped up and finished today. WBE line services will be in town next week. A few select addresses regarding tree trimming for PSEG. I'll get you that list, Jerry. They just updated it already today. They contacted all the residents on those properties, working on town shady trees, but they just giving the residents courtesy of their presence. Lastly, I did speak to Mary O'Shea this morning regarding the seniors, and recently I asked her if everything was okay, and everyone was accounted for, and everybody seems to be okay. I explained to her that she needs anything to reach out to the borough. Regarding anything like that, so she's very appreciative of that. Last but not least, it's been mentioned briefly, but congratulations to all our graduates, because I understand graduation is tomorrow night.
Okay,
But,
thank you.
okay?
Okay.
Thanks.
Good question. Johnson Ave, just northeast of Woodland. Englewood, you know, there's an Englewood sewer line that comes around that corner right there, and first manhole, so if you're coming up Johnson, hit Woodland, going towards Englewood Cliffs.
Okay,
Cross over Woodland,
okay,
go to the first part of the property is Englewood right there. There's a storm, so there's a sewer right there
okay.
that I've noticed past couple of
Overflows.
weeks, always overflowing. And I think it's the waste sewer.
Is it Englewood?
It's Englewood,
It's Englewood.
but it's still, it's on the border, you know, the border right there,
Okay,
right? I mean, you know, the border line right there,
okay.
I think that, I'm just bringing it to your attention, if you don't know,
So
because
it could
it's
be
It floods in the
happens all
winter time and it ices over.
all the time.
Johnson Avenue.
And it just happens, like, I noticed in the last 2 weeks, at least 3 or 4 times, and
Right by the
it's,
stop sign.
and it's sewage.
Oh,
It's
we
sewage,
got
so if you
that.
can please
Absolutely.
just check into it, please, thank you.
We're gonna, Mark, we'll
Quick
see
com-
Franz tomorrow morning, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Quick comment also, in addition, I noticed on my way to work this morning that a light was installed at the post office walkway that was requested by a resident. So Tim Crosby from PSC&G has been wonderful.
Yes.
I will say that the line that you lined last year is all faded away. And I remember, Jerry, you had mentioned to us that there's a company that can come in, and I've been learning about the various types of paint. It seems like the paint that we put down fades awful quickly. But is there a game plan to bring in a company to do the stop sign lines?
We talked
whatever?
about that this morning. Tell them about the plastic.
Right,
Yeah.
you're talking about thermoplastic, Councilman?
Yes,
Thermoplastics are generally.
sure. And if it's nice zebra walkway,
When you say line, you mean crosswalk? Is that-
crosswalk, yeah. So if all those crosswalks can be done with that plastic, I think that would be excellent because the light will also illuminate that. So what is the procedure? You do not do that yourself, correct? The thermoplastic.
Yeah,
So what's
Painting
the,
we do, but-
what's the company name that does the thermoplastic? I mean, can we,
Statewide might be, on, depending on who's using it, but
So when we,
Do
when
we
we go
need-
through, when we go through the paving rounds for this year, in addition to the PSE&G repairs that have to be done, the paving, there's gonna be painting and thermoplastic, following that up, so you could just add that.
That's really just a line item in the contract, but whoever the contractor is, we would.
so what's the time frame on that to get,
Well,
We're introducing it tonight, right? Call it
Yeah.
tonight, so.
probably before school ends,
All right.
I
So
mean,
if we-
before summer ends, before school starts, yeah.
before school starts? All right,
Is that
I
when we
guess,
plan on paving? Because if
Almost.
they're not gonna pave, I would say, why don't you just paint it with regular paint?
I agree with
And
that.
then when they repave Palisade Ave, do the thermoplastic, because why, all they're gonna do is
Right.
either scarify it or pave over it anyway,
Paint it
so
for the time, get it-
why
get it
waste the
that
money
way.
on that
Yeah.
until we
Okay.
do it?
Sure.
Paint it, brighten it up now, and then when it's paved, it's paved.
do we need a resolution for that? No?
No, it's already.
Okay.
Cars and all that.
All right.
Do our routes.
All right. If you need help, I know how to use a piece of equipment. I'll be glad to walk behind it. But, yeah.
Okay, thank you, okay. Jerry. Okay,
Thank you,
other
Mayor.
reason-
I don't have too many items. I do have something on the heat. The county has opened up a couple of cooling centers. They've opened up 4 cooling centers, the County Administration Building in Hackensack, the Garfield Senior Activity Center, the Northwest Bergen, and the Southwest Bergen Activity Centers. Our cooling centers, if one of us, police department or Mark or anyone gets any information, we could, of course, try to help people in our Borough Hall, because we do have a couple of conference rooms if they really do need an issue, if they've lost their air conditioner or have a problem with their utility. And Darlington County Park is opened for swimming early, so those were 2 notices that I received from the county. I think it was on Tuesday when the heat started to reactivate. And then we were going to have a groundbreaking, but because of the heat and other issues, that has been postponed to a later date. I don't have the new date on that yet. Okay? And that concludes my report.
Mr. Mayor, may I make a request to change the order of our agenda and ask that we open for public comment before the vote on the budget and before the correspondence? I think it would be valuable for the public to have an opportunity to make a comment on the budget and other matters before we move ahead. Would that be acceptable to everybody?
Yeah, I abstain. No objection.
They're only voting. Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
So I would make a motion, to change the order of our agenda to respect the public so they can have an opportunity to comment on the budget and other things before we move ahead. Do I have a second on that?
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
All
Roll
in-
call, please.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So motion to open to the public.
We already,
5 minutes.
yeah.
Motion to open to the
Yeah, that
public.
is, everybody said, okay.
Yeah, aye. So I
Okay,
have to
we
make a
have
motion to open.
Open public comment, 5-minute time limit. Please come out and state your name and address, please.
Everybody knows who we are.
Sí, sí.
Public Alley Brother Matt. This is in regard to our lot on Fifth Street. We were told to come back by the attorney, Matt's with it, still with the, were you with Matt's firm? or is
Yes.
it-
Yeah,
Okay. Did he verse you on
I'm sorry, you didn't.
Yes, sir.
figures?
there you go.
It's just figures.
Should have stayed last
I
year.
had, I was in touch with Matt, he told me to come to this meeting, that he'd be able to give me direction, my family direction on what we're gonna do with our property. I know that he versed the council on our, issue, and basically it's about lifting the restriction, okay, that's been placed on our property back in 1964.
Right.
Okay, so, what, where are we with that?
Okay, sorry, I do have a little bit of an update for, I misunderstood what the item was, but
Okay,
Matt said that he's asked the title, asked to look into the history of the deed easement, but there might have to be another action after that, so I will have him make sure he gets back to you
Yeah,
on
so-
it, because I apologize, I wasn't a
just don't
person
wanna
that,
have to come here every single month.
understood,
I want direction.
Sure.
On how I'm supposed to pursue this to get this restriction.
Sure.
lifted. It's been 40-something years, okay? Obviously, we've been bringing it up for the last 3 years. We lost a buyer because of it, okay? We have another buyer that's considering it, okay? But obviously, without the restriction being lifted, it kind of stifles our family. You know, we've been paying taxes on it since 1964, we've been paying taxes on it. I think that we should be, addressed and treated properly with this. Okay, so I'm going to ask that to be contacted before the end of this week with some sort of direction on how we're supposed to proceed with this. And I don't think I'm being unfair, because I've been here at least 6 times already in the last year.
I have a question for you.
Certainly.
Did you work with an attorney before about this problem? Because we are not attorneys, we don't know those ins and outs.
I came to the council and I raised the issue. I did not work with an attorney. I came to you people to ask, what am I supposed to do about this?
Okay,
Okay,
go to an
it was
attorney.
brought up and it was put to a vote with the last mayor, okay?
No,
If you recall, and it
What's
was,
with the vote.
what?
What's your lot and block?
202, lot 3.
Thank you.
So we just need direction. If we need to get a lawyer and go to, but what court am I going? Am I going to the planning board? Am I coming in front
The
of you?
attorney will
Am I
direct
going-
you. The attorney will direct you. We don't know the ins and out of, this is the simple way is to go
so-
to an attorney, direct you what to do.
So
Get
let
in
me-
touch with us, with the planning board. We'll do the work for you.
Okay, so let
You
me
are
ask you a
working in the
question.
dark.
Then why did we bring this to a vote?
I
and you
don't
guys-
know. I don't know. I'm
If you
I'm
guys
new
would have
here.
voted
I'm new
to
here,
lift
and
it,
I'm
if you
using
guys
my
would
common
have,
sense.
if you guys would have voted to lift it, so that means it would have been lifted, correct?
I think so.
If I can,
I'm going to court for it if it's in your hands.
look, this is on Matt Mensch right now, and it's his firm that promised you. So,
Nobody promised me
no,
anything.
well, he said that he was gonna get, so it's on Matt
I
Mensch.
will make sure,
And Matt Mensch's firm needs to come through with it.
You're wrong. I didn't rely on anybody. I'm relying on you people because you are the governing body here. I'm asking you to lift the restriction, not Matt.
I think that's what we're looking into, is whether they have the authority to lift the restriction themselves, or there has to be something further done. That's why we're doing the title search. I think
Can
that,
we
that
expedite
is what,
this and be
Okay.
expeditious
I will
about
make
your
sure that we get back to you and
direction?
update you.
So this way, at least we know where we're going with this. Because I don't wanna lose another buyer. Because if I do that, it doesn't sit well with me and it's not gonna sit well with you.
Okay.
Okay? That's all I have to say.
Can you
All right.
clarify what you mean by we're doing a title search, because I'm not aware. I know this gentleman.
There's an
came here
easement.
A year ago, and
I-
we told him a couple months, let's just wait a couple months. Now we told him a couple months ago, let's just wait a couple months. And now I'm hearing that we're doing a title search.
Well, I believe, again, I'm not as well versed in this as Matt, but I believe the issue is about an easement. And I believe there was a belief that the council could lift the easement, but we are not so sure. That's why we are having the title search done to see who exactly, whose hands it's been in. So that's, as far as I know, that's the only update I have.
Can you just expand on it? What are you? what are
Again,
you looking for?
that's, again,
If there's
that's,
a deed restriction, what are we looking for?
Councilman,
Replace it?
I told you what I know.
Okay, if you wait, I'll make a
There
motion.
is
and
to-
move the restriction. Okay.
No.
See how they want to work.
If anything, we don't know.
Okay,
Why
next.
the case to begin with?
Okay.
There was a reason for that.
Okay, thank you. And then next, okay, and your
Good evening, Andrew Nick at 54 Elm Street. With regards to the noise ordinance that the police chief brought up, I noticed that resolution 24-152 is a liquor license renewal.
We did have that here, yeah.
Is there any way, Mr. Attorney, does the borough have any flexibility in terms of denying or putting a probationary status on a liquor license for a, you know, a restaurant or something like that, that may not be complying in good faith with, you know, the rest of the community?
I don't believe they could condition the liquor license. I think the council could either accept it or reject it, based off of that. I don't believe there's a mechanism for them
Well,
to
it seems like a
condition.
pretty powerful carrot that can,
I think the ABC board did that.
So what happens if we reject it? They can't serve liquor?
We just removed the liquor license, yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
Sorry?
we can reject it as well.
It's on the consent agenda. You could
It is
pull
on
it
the
out,
agenda.
but it's,
It is on the agenda today.
I mean,
if you reject it, you're asking, I might guess they wouldn't have a.
To
Right.
authorize their liquor license.
Well, my guess they wouldn't have a liquor license, starting in the next, I think liquor licenses are on the fiscal year, so July 1st. But then again, you know, there's also always a risk of litigation and other stuff, so, yeah. So,
that's it.
So
Thank you.
the risk, right?
it could be,
Thank you.
could, potentially.
Okay.
Mayor Council, Christina Bowen, 508 Fourth Street. I sent an email, a very lengthy one, thank you, Councilman Gregorio and Councilman Kim for responding. I kind of am here, not just for myself, but many residents and with the noise coming from New York. I do understand, I've spoken to the police chief, I know that it's kind of out of their hands, and I went myself, as you might have read, to the 34th precinct, it's kind of out of their hands, and in speaking with people that have lived here for many years, apparently this has been going on for an extremely long time, and some people are comfortable with, that's just the way it is. I'm not comfortable with that. I live here for almost 2 years. I have 3 small children that you might have seen before. It is waking us up, and it's not just me and my family, it is other people who are being either woken up, kept up, and it is 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's not like we're going to bed at 7 p.m. and they're making too much noise. It's not a noisy neighbor. This is in a ridiculous noise coming from across the Hudson. I am coming to you more so because of the type of people that are making this noise. There is a nervousness I have about it, as strongly as I feel about stopping it. I don't feel comfortable going at it with my name on it alone. So I was hoping to have the backing of the town in some sort of movement to stop this. I've also gone to the senator's office and emailed and spoken with the Parks Commissioner of New York to try to combat it from both sides, but I'm kind of at a loss of what to do.
Didn't Ellen Park did respond? She was the only one that I saw that responded, according,
I didn't get a response.
oh, you did not?
No, I did speak with Claire, and.
Claire, yeah.
Yes.
No, she's with Ellen Park's office?
Yes, sorry, yes.
Okay.
I did speak with her, I showed them the videos, I showed them the pictures, everything is documented. And I mean, this is only within 2 years of me living here, and people have been dealing with this for like 20.
So I was listening very intently. I had my window open. I didn't hear, this is now the last weekend?
No, I have not heard it again.
I haven't either, so I was like, Tina did great stuff here. But I was like, I did hear at 4 o'clock in the morning a bass, and I think that may have been coming from another establishment. I'm not sure, but I was, I was like in a very light sleep the whole night monitoring. So, I mean, it seems like what you've done so far has been effective. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
Well, it's just that it doesn't happen, it's not every weekend in a row.
But it's
Like,
usually
how
on,
the wind blows and then all this kind of stuff, but it's the fact that it's consistently happened over a period of time.
yeah. But it's usually on very nice evenings, and that
Right.
was a very nice party evening, outside party evening. And I was so delighted. I was like, and it wasn't until like 4 in the morning that I heard of something, but I don't think it was from that place. I think it was from someplace in town. So,
Except for that incident in October, on October 23rd, 2022, it's just in the summertime when you hear this?
I can't remember the two in-between dates.
Yeah,
but
the 12th of June and the 25th of June,
of the
2023.
end of school year last year,
End
yep,
of school
and then
year.
this May. Mhm.
And then that was Memorial Day weekend, this
Right.
weekend. Okay.
And so I guess more so not to like shut them down and get anyone in trouble, but more as a preventative action. Like how can we prevent people from congregating in a park at 4 o'clock in the morning? Like, I mean, that in itself should, I don't know.
It's in the state of New York, right?
It's state of New York, it's not New Jersey.
That's the hard part.
I know I'm aware of that, but I would imagine that you guys have a lot more ability than I do as a regular citizen to communicate with anyone in government there to make something happen on behalf of the town.
I would, personally, I mean, as here, our governing body should contact, our mayor, the mayor of New York City, and, to the police commissioner, and start to wake it up from that and go down, Because on the precinct level, I don't think can help much here. Precinct 34, they're busy with this, they'll tell you, busy with that. But maybe if a mayor to mayor will, they'll listen, who knows? Who knows? You never know, you have to
That's what I'm
try.
hoping for.
well, a letter was sent by the Ellen Park's office, is my understanding.
That's what they said
That's
to
what
me,
they
that
said.
they were going to be creating one, but I,
But there was no follow-up after that, so I think we have to keep hot after this on the trail here.
and again, I just kind of wanted to relinquish what I've done and kind of put it in the hands of people that might be.
I think you've made
able to
more
make it happen
progress
more
than
efficiently.
anybody so far, so.
They've kept me up enough, so.
Maybe a call to Ellen Park to, I'll look on the email that was, do you know you recall the name offhand, so I don't, Gervin, who was the Ellen Park's,
Claire.
Claire,
Claire.
okay.
And Senator Gordon, I spoke
I-
with Ralph. Yes,
Okay.
both of them.
Did Gordon respond to you?
No.
You had to go after Gordon Johnson, yeah. Well, he hasn't responded to me about a lot of things either,
I'm
and
sure
it
there's
makes me
a lot
angry.
of things going on, however, I just wanted to, this is still important, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, well, they've got a nice staff, and they should be getting back to you post haste, all of these people. They're elected officials, that's their job.
Good luck.
And if they're not, then, vote them out.
Vote for them.
And that makes me very angry, because they have a staff, they can follow up, and if they're not following up, it should be posted all over Facebook, and they should be held accountable, and whatever other social media. And I will be glad to do that also, because that's their job. And if they're not doing their job, if they're not serving the residents, and they're more interested in having their pictures taken with VIPs, that to me is nothing. They need to fix the road going down to, to the waterfront. There's a,
Mr. DiGregorio,
yeah,
I
I'm
don't want
sorry.
to interrupt you, but I feel like other people might have something to say, I'm hearing other chatter, so.
Please, yeah, go ahead.
I know my time is up, so I do.
I apologize for
appreciate
getting off, but I do
You're
get
totally
angry.
No,
Right.
that's
Yeah.
fine, we do understand you, I said my opinion, how to go about it, I don't think on this local level it works. Congresswoman, is Gordon, Senator Gordon, I don't know.
Yeah,
his
he's a
title.
State senator
Okay,
and
senator.
state
I don't
rep.
think it works. I think we have to go to our top level here and maybe it's gonna open the door, maybe.
Well, if you can make that happen, I would really appreciate it.
I'll try,
Thank you
I'll
so
try to
much.
Thanks.
push from our
Thank
end.
you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Deborah
Hi.
Sabari, 106 Hollywood Avenue. Just have a couple of things that I want to speak to you about. One, I wanted to update you on the park. Everything is moving forward. Committee is actively involved in making sure that this gets done. Veterans Park is on its way, which you've heard from Mark. That will finish by the end of August, at which time the playground at Johnson Field will shut down, so we will then have both basketball courts and a playground on the south side while the work gets done at Woody Field. My second reason for coming up here, because as you notice, I don't come to many of these meetings anymore, is to relay a message to all of you, Democrats and Republicans alike. Okay, I go down Floyd Street almost every day I walk, and I look at what's happened there with 800 Sylvan. We've got 6 feet now with bushes and trees instead of 20-something feet. We've got entrances onto Floyd Street. All of this has happened not just because of Democrats and not just because of Republicans, but because of all of you and because of politics. Okay, it's time to come together. Judge Farrington has made it very clear. I've listened to the last court hearing, I've read her decision, and it's obvious. She has it out for us, right? And no matter what we do, we're gonna lose. And if you guys don't come together and settle this, now none of you, actually I don't think any of you were on the council when we went through this settlement. So none of you lived through what I lived through in the settlement and what happened with Judge Farrington. It's time to put politics aside. We have to come together, Democrats and Republicans, and find a way to settle this. Going to court is going to cost the residents of this town a ridiculous amount of money. I don't care how you do it. I don't care, whether it's 2 million, 10 million, it's not gonna be 66 million. And that's what basically Judge Farrington, in her own way, is saying that's what she's gonna recommend. She's got 100% the back of 800 Sylvan. Is it right? Absolutely not. It's very obvious that she's one-sided, but the reality is, she's the judge. Now, she's gonna, you'll go ahead, she'll say some crazy amount, you'll appeal it, just like we did the last time, and you'll lose, and it will just be a matter of what amount did the appellate court say? Do you really think they're gonna knock it down that much further than whatever Judge Farrington says? The judicial system has it out right now for Englewood Cliffs. I think you should talk to your attorneys, figure out how to settle this, and get it settled. Because the people who are gonna pay for all of this political bullshit is gonna be the residents of this town. That's who's gonna suffer. I don't care how it swings in the election, figure it out. I'm sure both sides can figure out how to play this politically. But as far as what's right for this town, this needs to be settled. And I felt obligated to come here because I lived through this, and I lived through this with the judge. And I'm telling you, what you have on Floyd Street now is because of politics. And I hope that we don't continue to play these games and just put this behind us, get it settled, and put it away.
Next.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Okay, come
Who's
on,
next?
please.
Karen Geiger, 270 Alfred Street. First, I guess, I'm going to talk about what happened at the Affordable Housing Committee meeting, just quickly with the general issues where they were discussed and where we are. The first thing, and I think one of the most important, is that the community center will now be moved and reviewed by the planning board, the changes to the site plan. It's an expedited site plan review. And it will be on the July agenda to change the site plan so that a community center can be returned to the borough. Number 2, the permit delays came up. The Michaels project was very concerned about the permit delays. As you all know, we have millions of dollars in financing that is at risk if the Michaels project is not completed in mid-July 2025. And I have sat at meetings for months, and all we've heard from Boswell is that we are restricted in what we can do. The in-camera review of the sewer pipes can't be accomplished and we're being held up by the state. So I took the liberty of calling the state. And the permits were reviewed very rapidly. And of course, or unfortunately, there was an error in what was submitted from the consulting firm that was hired to the state. It has been returned now to the consulting firm to be modified. They took a general view of which street had to be opened as opposed to the specific one. And they don't do general, they do specific. I have asked Bernie to make sure that moves quickly and that it is hand-delivered if possible back to the state so it can be expedited. This is an issue that's critically important to residents and to each of us in terms of getting it done. The reports, I'm just trying to look at my notes. The Green community has been contacted. And they are looking at the height restrictions on the ordinances to make sure that that any developments that take place are consistent with the height restrictions. They have been working with Matt Munch's office, their attorney, at this point to make sure that the height restrictions are not negated. The reports needed for the new set of affordable housing requirements under the new state law are being completed by Michael Estrada, and he expects to complete them ahead of schedule and get them to the mayor and council for review. I think those are the major points. I think that the committee is going to be looking into any changes to ordinances that are required to make sure the borough is in the best position possible if there is development. One of the things that came up, as you know, with 800 Sylvan was the fact that any costs that are needed by the borough in terms of the sewer pipes are the responsibility of the borough. But there are rules that can be put into effect to make sure that that is not the case should there be any other developments, and Matt Mensch will be looking into that for us. The final thing that I think is important is, and it was a unanimous comment by the committee, is that we need to have a skilled municipal land use attorney appointed by the borough. We have not had that in a long time. Mr. Mistretti leads that, and as we go through the challenges of the new affordable housing requirements, it's important that someone who understands thoroughly municipal land use law is in place. Anyway, that's the committee. Rivka is present, Mrs. Koch, and if she wants to add anything.
No, thank you, Karen, you're doing a wonderful job. I really commend you for your efforts and the time that you're putting in for all those issues. Thank you very much.
And my other comment is I wanted to speak. I sent each of you an email when I read Judge Farrington's opinion. As you know, I have been to court. I have followed Judge Farrington through the years, and this has been a long, arduous process that has not worked in favor of the borough in any respect. This particular recent order of hers, while not surprising, was particularly harsh, in my view, and did not speak well for what will happen. And there is no doubt that it will happen if we go to court. If you read her opinion, I sent it to each of you. It is replete.
Ms. Guy, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but your 5 minutes are up, so.
Can I continue, Mr. Mayor, because I used most of it to give a committee report.
I'm sorry, the 5 minutes, we have to keep it uniform to
I'm
everybody.
sorry, I spoke as a committee
It
person.
was a committee person that she spoke as, so she really needs to speak as a resident now. She should
It
have
was
the
during the
answer.
public comment, I mean,
Well, you don't have a section for committee reports for committee people. And had I known that would take away from my public time, then I had no time to brief the council.
Okay,
on what
just
happened.
one more 5 minutes, okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Speaking about her order, and, her order was harsh. It was very clearly one which took the position of 800 Sylvan, and frankly, in reading it, I said, why bother to go to trial, we're going to lose, and we're going to lose badly. People, I've heard rumors of all kinds of things in this community. The settlement agreements are invalid, they are not. That's been clear. People have said certain parts of the settlement agreements are illegal, so they can be undone. They cannot, because the settlement agreements all have a clause in them called severability, which means that if any part of the settlement agreements were found to be illegal, everything else was still fine and was in place. So we are faced with the possibility, the real possibility of a judgment of $66.5 million. I'm not trying to scare anyone, but that is there. She has basically accepted the Artaud report and put it into evidence. She's allowed them to modify it, to meet with whatever concerns that the borough's consultants may have come up with. We are significantly at risk. And just to put in perspective what a $66 million judgment means, it means for the average home in our community, a home assessed at $1.3 million, we will pay an added tax or assessment of upwards of $25,000. That's what that means. Now, I don't know whether the time has passed for a settlement. If I were 800 Sylvan, I'd be cheering right now. But it behooves each of you to put aside your rivalries, your politicking, and the constant lack of working together to come together and finally do what's right for this community. I have sat through the MOU becoming a political tool, and where the Democrats walked away from it, and look what we got. It spurred her anger. We got a ridiculous amount of affordable housing for a community of our size. And we got no exit on Floyd. We got 450 units instead of 400, because people on this council, not any of you who are present in here, played politics instead of doing right for the community. The settlement agreement, once again, it was the right thing at the time. Was it rushed? Yes. Was it perfect? No. But it did what had to be done. And the council approved it. And years of litigation followed, years of litigation which are now in this penalty phase. And the sooner you could all put your heads together, and I mean together, and come up with a solution or work towards a solution, the better off this community is going to be. Thank you.
Next.
Okay, next,
Thank you.
okay. On screen, anybody? On screen. Okay,
I don't have any hands
okay, no
raised
one
now.
seeing and no one hearing, right? I'm gonna to close, come out, and, nobody, right?
Nobody.
Okay. I'm gonna come out the public comment session. I need a motion.
Public.
Okay, yes. Okay, second, anyone?
Second,
All in favor?
yes.
Okay, okay, we're gonna finish about this one later on, you can do that, okay?
One councilman speak at a time, can I please be recognized?
What? Okay, yes.
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to remove the deed restriction from lot 202, 202 lot 3, block 202 lot 3, from the deed restriction that doesn't permit, building on the lot. This has been going on for over a year. I know that 2 months ago, these gentlemen decided, I don't know if they're still here. They,
But there is no agenda in here, I don't get it.
what don't you get?
I mean, no agenda.
He's making a motion, Mayor. Yeah, he's making a motion.
Let me help you. I'm-
Okay, regarding about that, the gentleman case?
Yes.
Okay,
Talking about lot 202, block 202, lot 3. This gentleman and his family that we put off last year because of the building taking place at Chaffee. We told him the information, he knows something's happening. He came here a couple of months ago. We told him, wait, this is something that all of us, well, two of you haven't been here, but, excuse me, the mayor, but David, Chris, me, Melanie, it's all stuff that came up previously.
It's okay.
But now we're gonna do it.
Okay,
now
do you have
we're
a second?
Now we're doing.
The motion's on the table.
Okay, so, there you go.
Second for what?
okay, anyone is second?
My motion.
His motion is to
Motion?
lift the deed restriction on that property.
I'm saying to
Just
table.
really quickly, I think I mentioned this earlier, we're investigating whether or not the council can even do this.
Exactly,
So-
after investigating, we have to do
My
that.
recommendation would be to table this motion while we figure that out.
He is
You,
second for it to be tabled first, and you can wait until after. We understand your position. It was the same position by Mr. Mensch. I'm making a motion.
I understand.
Your
I was
motion
just-
is heard.
I'm just
Has,
explaining.
is there a second?
That's right, that's what I'm saying. You don't even talk about tabling until there's a second, because if there's no second, then it makes no sense.
Second?
I'll
Yeah.
second it, so you can have a discussion.
Open for discussion?
Yeah, okay, we can discussion and any tabling, anyone?
Well,
Yeah,
Everyone
I,
discuss or-
I'll do the discussion. Because of the legal issue that is being raised, I'm not comfortable with voting for, although in theory, I am in favor of lifting it, but, there's a legal issue on the table, so, I will make a motion to, table the issue.
I'll second it with the same reasoning and with an embarrassed apology because, second,
So once you
Okay.
made the second on the
I-
motion to table.
There's a motion to table. Can we take the vote?
Motion to table. Who's
Yeah,
first?
okay,
The motion is second, there's no discussion.
Okay, that's it.
yeah, okay, roll call, please.
Motion made by member Kim and seconded by member Di Gregorio. Member Kim,
Yes.
member Simon,
Yes,
member Luciano,
No.
member Di Gregorio,
motion to table, yes, table.
Motion to table. Okay,
member Brigats,
yes, table.
member Liang. Yes. Okay, passes, Mayor.
Okay.
Mayor, may I
Thank
get
you.
a chance to be
And
recognized?
if I'm allowed to say,
No drama, please.
can I
May,
just?
may I have a chance to be recognized, Mayor?
Mr. Mayor,
There's been no
May I just
discussion, we haven't had
direct
one thing
something?
to talk about.
I'm gonna
Since
ask
they told
you
me
to
we were gonna
speak to,
talk about it,
one
it's all
second,
bullshit.
Glenn. I'm gonna ask you to please speak to Matt and get these people an answer. Because we've jerked them around now for quite I only
Agree.
tabled it because you're insinuating that there are legal consequences here. And I wanna know what they are, and I expect that whatever answer Matt has, that he lets us all know, so we're prepared when these gentlemen come before us again.
Yeah, understood.
And can you ask them to email it to us this week, not before the next meeting? But I'd like an answer this week, please.
So that we can let these people know how they can go forward.
yes,
Thank you.
Sorry,
May-
sorry
Should've
about
taken the whole
that.
30 minutes.
I
Okay.
Mayor, may I
agree
be
with Ms.
recognized?
Councilwoman Simon.
Yeah, okay, yes, good.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Everything is all said and good with everything that's been going on, but in recent weeks, I've been doing a lot of thinking, especially in light of Judge Farrington's decision that was issued, which I read through.
Make sure your microphone is on.
Yes.
It is, okay.
The issue of 800 Sylvan litigation damages is going to be the biggest issue that is going to come before us, especially, I know it's going to be the biggest issue within my 3-year term. I think we should at least, regardless of where each of us stands on that issue, meet with our attorney in person at a special closed session meeting. If we don't, we are not living up to our responsibilities as a governing body of this community. It's a problem. So I would like to make a motion to hold a special meeting to meet with our attorney, Michael Yellen, in person, so we could get a full summary and status as to
Second the motion, as
Where
soon
we
as
are.
possible.
So I'd like to know then, since it's discussion, what happened to the last special meeting? That this was what's supposed to take place at the last special meeting. For some reason, even though we were never even asked about if we were available, it was canceled. No reason for why it was
Yes,
called.
we all understood,
No-
but the motion is on the table and it's been seconded. There's a roll call going on.
It's discussion. Who the heck are you cutting me off from discussion?
Sir, I made the motion, it was seconded.
And
There's,
now
it
it's
should be on,
discussion.
open for discussion?
Yeah,
Okay,
isn't
go
that
ahead.
the way it works?
Go ahead, go ahead.
Holy mackerel. Oh, jeez. That's right. You know what? Let's follow the rules.
Okay,
of
go ahead.
Discussion. And what I'm trying to
Go
ask is what there was a meeting scheduled for last Wednesday. Do you know why it was canceled?
It was canceled, yes.
Why? Why was it canceled?
I want to.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay,
It doesn't
I'm gonna
matter,
answer her.
okay? It doesn't really matter because the motion is on the table to have it open and done.
But
Okay.
you know what the problem is? I asked for 2 meetings a month since I was elected.
Glenn, I emailed you and Melanie and David asking for your vote to hold a special meeting and there's been no response,
And I didn't.
to call. That's right. Okay.
Okay,
The issue is on the
I
table.
would say call the question.
Just let's vote, okay, stop it, okay, no, okay, stop it, okay, and then let's move on.
No, Mr. Parr,
Stop discussion.
it has
Call,
come
please.
to my attention
Ready?
that
Yeah.
you're looking for
Ready
an
to
attorney
call.
to replace Mr. Yellen.
What?
Are you, that's what I heard. Is that
That's what
true?
David sent to us.
So the roll call, so Mayor, you're asking for the roll call
cutting
No,
out
so
special
you're
meeting?
cutting me- So you're
We're
not
gonna go
allowing
ahead,
me
No,
to-
he's
okay,
asking me to do
don't
a
waste
roll call
time,
for the
okay.
first and second.
Okay.
Listen, if I can just say a few things.
Well, they're doing a
First of all.
Oh, I gotta do a roll call.
Oh, well,
Okay,
is it a roll call
please,
now?
okay, stop it, okay.
So this is for a special meeting, this is for a special
Wait,
meeting
what's
to
that?
talk to the attorney.
Discussion is over. We're having a
Right?
roll call. Clerk called the
We
roll
have
call.
a date for that special meeting?
As soon as
As soon
possible.
as possible. I would say call it now.
Well, let's say, we need 2 days, is it 3 days?
48 hours, 2 days notice.
48, 2 days
Yeah.
notice. So you have Thursday, Friday.
Yes.
Can we do
So
it on Friday?
can we do it on Friday? We put it on the notice tomorrow?
Friday's a holiday for us.
Oh, okay. Monday.
No, Monday is not good for me.
Okay,
My last meeting was canceled.
Okay. Tuesday.
Tuesday's no good for me.
Okay.
How about Saturday?
No good
No.
for me.
Sunday?
How about next month?
So
We have to do it as soon as possible.
possible still works because we
Okay,
can't come
so
up
we
with a
could
date.
accommodate a date later
We'll
on,
come up with a
okay?
date.
I would like to come up with a date today.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, if that's possible.
We'll say about the date and
So,
we'll work with it. But
can-
the
can we do-
consensus is-
can we do
Okay,
it?
can we make a I would like to amend our motion that the special meeting be held within the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Within the next 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
We can't do it sooner.
Do we second that
No,
amendment?
it's a broader, of course, if we're gonna, if we, be able to pick a date before then, but I'm just saying it must be held.
Can we
at-
do it within a week instead of 2
2
weeks?
weeks, it's okay, let's work it, we're working.
I think within a week is better.
Consensus.
That's fine with me, it's just everybody's can we do it
I
within a
go
week?
2 weeks, and let's work it, and that's it.
I
Don't
requested
stop
it.
pushing.
So
Why
what's your,
wasn't he here?
what's,
Well, I wanna
the
find
same
out
reason
from
why
the
the meeting was
mayor
canceled,
if
and we
he's
didn't call
looking
another
for
meeting.
another attorney to replace
All right, I
Mr.
think,
Yellen.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I think there was a motion,
Yeah,
it was the amended motion, and there was a roll call made, so I think, Jerry, you can call the roll.
Councilman Kim, are you okay with amending the motion to the next 2 weeks, within the next 2 weeks?
Next 2 weeks, that's
Next
fine.
2 weeks?
Is there a
the
second?
second on that?
I second.
Liang,
Wait,
second,
wait, wait,
okay.
it has to be the original second. Amending is motion.
So
Okay,
David
I
has
do
to.
whatever you wanna do. I get in trouble for correcting everybody.
Zoom is fine, we can do it on Zoom. I'll be attending via Zoom.
Okay.
But it's got to be, we've got to agree on it. Time is of the essence on this, I
Please,
believe.
no
We understand,
drama,
David.
no
Yeah,
drama.
let's-
We agree
Liang wants to
here.
open file.
Excuse me, Mrs. Bagatz. Drama, yes. On behalf of the residents of town,
Please, please,
yes,
please.
drama.
We agreed, finally,
We need to
are
get it as
agreeing
soon as
on a
possible.
meeting. Okay, finally. So
Good.
stop pushing, let's work it, okay?
Yeah, I
We said
agree.
2 weeks, we'll send the dates out, we'll work it, okay?
Got it.
That's it.
Amended
Next.
2 weeks, amended 2 weeks, so Member
And
Kim?
see Yellen's availability with the.
Yeah.
He'll be
Of course,
fine. He's very available.
Okay.
He'll be very
Member Kim?
available.
Can you
Yes.
check with us too to make sure we're available, please?
Yes.
Member Simon?
I'm voting for the,
Within the next 2 weeks, yeah.
Yes.
Member Luciano? No. Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
Member Bagaz?
Yes.
Member Liang?
Yes.
Okay, Mayor, passes. Within the next 2 weeks, special meeting.
So can I go back to my question to Mr. Park?
It's done, okay?
May-
I'm not gonna tell you, I already mentioned to you.
Can she be recognized, or you're not gonna recognize her?
No,
You're not gonna recognize me.
Okay. Thank you, Mayor Franchise,
Listen.
we appreciate that.
okay, and then
Can I
keep going with the
answer?
correspondence, okay? Next time you can call me up personally, okay? You sue me, I'm not gonna to answer it. You sue me, okay? I'm not gonna answer to you, okay?
What
That's
do you
it.
mean you're not gonna answer?
You sue me, and you are suing me, I'm not gonna answer. That's okay, please,
Looking
please.
for another
What's wrong with
attorney
him for not being
to
recognized?
replace Mr. Yellen.
No.
Number 7 is next.
Number 7, okay, correspondence, would you take that away?
Correspondence number 7.
Well,
He doesn't
that's your
recognize us,
working
but we saw.
relationship.
So the county has asked us, the
And we're
council,
gonna fire him too.
to consider requesting, to consider a resolution where the county of Bergen would adopt a complete and Green Streets policy. The draft or model resolution was provided to all of council, and so it would be up to council whether they want to give us direction to proceed at the next meeting with a resolution asking for, or endorsing the complete and Green Street policies of Bergen County so that they could go after additional funding and other ways to pay for it.
Okay, thank you.
Came from the county.
Green Street came from the county?
Yep, they want to do a Green Streets policy
Sent this out to us
countywide.
today?
No, it was sent to you with the packet. This is from Laura. This wasn't one I worked on.
All done?
Yep, all done.
Okay, number 8, 2024 municipal budget adoption. The municipal budget hearing was done at the meeting on May 8th.
Budget.
I need on May 8th.
Make a motion.
I need a motion and a
Motion.
second on the adoption of the budget.
Second.
Okay, second, okay. Roll call, please.
Member Kim?
No.
Member Simon?
No.
Member Luciano?
No.
No. Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
Yes. Member Ragaz?
Yes.
Member Liang?
Yes.
And the mayor. Right to-
Yes.
What is this for?
Can the mayor, can the,
Budget,
the,
you can't vote.
He
the
can't
mayor
vote on
cannot
the
vote?
budget.
The mayor
No,
cannot
we
vote.
can do that.
The budget, he can vote.
Yes, budget you can
He
vote.
can vote on the budget.
No.
Yes.
Budget you can vote, right?
Budget
Yep.
you can vote.
Budget you can vote.
No,
Mentioned.
not according to Mr. Lynch.
Okay.
Don't read that you're
Yeah,
reading
read
my voice.
That's what I believe.
The ordinance says he
Has to be
can't.
One, two.
The state law says that it takes 4
For
affirmative
a
votes.
supermajority
That's
without
right.
the mayor.
Oh, which ordinance you talking about, Jerry?
Okay, and then next
The
item.
mayor
sure
can't
that Mr.
break a
Attorney-
tie on an order, on a
Attorney,
bond
the
ordinance.
Oh, by
but
the
he
ordinance,
can break a
they don't
tie
tie
on the budget.
a budget, okay.
Can you tell me
Alright, we'll
the
take-
statute? on
Okay,
that?
now, we're gonna skip a
Mr.
public
Bulgaria?
comment, and
That's
number
conflicting
10,
with what Mr. Manchin told us previously.
Only because I believe in the history of the borough previously, that was not the case. We
I
did
know,
it
but he
different.
said lately, yes.
Okay.
Lately, yes, but no, that's what I want to understand,
Well,
because
It's
originally
either the
Mr.
law or
Mensch
it's not.
said that the state statute clearly says a supermajority of the governing body,
Okay,
not the
so-
mayor. So I would like to
So
know the
if it's
statute
that, then
that
we'll
you're
bring it
referring to that gives the mayor authorization to break the tie on a budget.
okay, next
No,
item
no,
is,
no, I'm asking the attorney a question, and I would appreciate an answer.
Doesn't know.
I know that is, I can do that. So why
Well,
don't
if you don't
you-
know, how can you tell the mayor to vote on
I'm
it?
not aware that he can't vote on the budget.
Exactly, he said.
I'm not aware of anything that says he can't,
Okay,
So we're
we'll
gonna
see, I'll
clear up
investigate it.
but,
You're gonna clear up next meeting, right?
yeah, well, we can absolutely clear it up.
Yeah, okay. He's going to clear up next meeting. Okay, let's move on.
Do you know what the statute is for voting on the budget in a municipal form of government?
Okay.
I'm asking a question, am I gonna be ignored by you as well?
He doesn't know. Otherwise, we'd answer you.
Yeah. You just assume that he doesn't know that. What's the point?
He doesn't know.
What's the point? Let's move on.
He doesn't know. He'll come back. If it's not, it's gonna
Yeah.
come back.
Okay.
Okay, number 10,
the
approval
point
of
of trying to
minutes. I
embarrass
need
the
a
borough
motion and a second to approve the minutes.
Trying to embarrass him by
Okay.
trying to figure out what he's basing his.
Okay, okay.
Laura, they're up to number
No,
10.
Okay, number 10.
This
I need-
issue,
I'll make a motion.
Okay, and
Number 10.
second.
First is Liang.
Yes, a motion, and a second, I need second.
This is to approve the March 13th meeting
Yeah, okay.
minutes, sorry, closed
Closed
session.
session?
Yes.
So I need second.
Second.
Yeah, okay, so the roll call, please.
Member Kim?
abstain.
Abstain. Member Simon?
I abstain.
Abstain. Member Luciano?
No.
No. Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
Member Brigats?
Yes.
Member Liang?
Yes.
Okay, Mayor, passes.
Passes or the tie?
No, 3 and
No. There's
1.
Okay, okay, passes, okay,
That's not tied.
okay. And 11, motion and the second to approve the bill list. I need a motion,
What is this for?
payment of claims.
Payment of the claims.
Approval of the bill list.
Motion.
Okay, second, I need
Discussion?
We need a second first.
second.
Second, okay.
Second.
Okay.
Okay.
And discussion, okay.
If anybody from the legal committee or from finance committee chair, what, asking $6,000 for, he's done absolutely nothing for us.
Isn't it the previous bill?
We did nothing previously.
That's
Well-
beside the
This
point.
is June, this says June 18, 4/6,
Right.
and then 6/18. We received one letter that he was concurring on something that Yellen was
I
doing.
know.
Yeah,
I
he,
saw it.
I don't think that was even.
he
consistent.
opined on what
What do
Yellen
we need
wrote.
him to opine on? Who requested him to opine? Who signed off on the voucher?
I think it's high time that we let Dasty go.
Oh, well,
Okay.
okay.
High time to
So-
leave people to steal. I don't even say.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I'll second it.
Wait, we're in the middle of this.
Okay, yeah.
I'm
there you go.
asking about Dasty's bill, which I don't understand why, if anybody, who signed off on it, and what's it for? No, okay.
I don't know.
I don't wanna embarrass
It's from
anybody, I just think it's
last
kinda
time.
weird that it's on
I
here.
don't.
Well, we're gonna make a motion to,
Yeah,
let
table
him
it,
go.
I'm gonna look into it. Because I think it's from last time.
I didn't make a motion, so whoever made the motion has to challenge it.
We have a first and second on the approval of the bill list.
No, but then discussion.
Yeah, we're in this.
Discussion.
Okay, so
Motion to table for now.
motion to
now.
table,
Motion
motion to
table.
table, and then let's remove, let's terminate
Well, that-
Dasty.
Well,
Okay.
Yeah.
I think
Procedurally,
you
I don't wanna
have,
tell you about procedure.
I don't think that's the procedure.
Well, please
We'll make a
advise.
motion to
You wanna-
table.
Are you trying to not pay?
Excuse me, I believe the mayor is the
We
one who's
just wa-
conducting
wanna be
the
done with him.
provisions of the
He's-
council.
forward with the bill list, wait for that to be over with, and then.
Okay, so let's go forward with the bill list and let's let Dasty go then afterwards, okay? He's
Well, I
done.
think you might want to
Modify the
exclude
motion
him
in second.
All right.
from paying him.
We're tabling
Okay, so
it.
let's exclude him from the bill list. So motion to table.
I don't
There's a
know what
motion
we're
and a
doing.
second already on,
Because we
so
have to look
I,
into
Okay.
it.
make another motion, this one has to be dealt with.
Make a motion to table.
A motion to table,
Okay.
and then we'll,
Just Dasty's bills?
Yes,
Just
right
ask.
now.
Okay.
yes.
Unless somebody has something else coming
Okay,
up,
look.
discussion.
And
I
then
thought we were
roll call,
making a
please.
motion to table the,
Yeah, so,
yeah,
Dasty
we're
bill
making
is
a motion to
tabled,
table the
right?
whole bill list for now.
As I've clearly
That's the
pointed
biggest
out.
So,
You
Are
don't
we
wanna,
gonna-
you don't, you're not trying to table the entire bill list, right?
No,
Just
only
the
him.
single, or the.
We could do it that way too, that's fine,
Can
yeah.
we do it
the-
that
the
way?
two
We can do it
Dasties.
that way, that's
Okay.
fine.
So
Okay,
if,
so
if member Di Gregorio amends his motion to approve the bill list, but not for Dasty, then member Begats can approve her second, and the bill list will go through except for the payment to Mr. Dasty.
That sounds very
Unless
good to
somebody
me.
else has any objection
Yeah,
to
the only-
that issue.
The only other
Does
question
anybody
is,
else look at the bill list?
I
Let's
just
start with
got
that.
it.
Yeah, well,
I just
I
got
have,
two,
but
and
in any
it's
case.
Okay, so bring
The only other thing is the Blakely group on the legal side. That's the bond for Tim Katrubis. Is that for the
Okay.
reimbursement of the bond? for
Yes,
Tim
yes,
Katrubis?
the
Okay.
2,000.
Yeah.
28,
Yeah,
it is,
28,000,
yes.
2,800.
That's the
But there's
price of the bond.
there's currently in the litigation,
Yep, sure is.
something was brought up, right, on that?
No, this is the bond, it's not paying the 75,000, only the portion of the
Yes,
bond.
correct, the
So
bond,
that's
I
how we
understand that.
approved it, yes.
But, whatchamacallit, there's currently a
As Mayor
litigation.
Shirley pointed out, we sued him. So that is litigation right now.
So what?
But
What
this
to
is
do
the
with
bill
price
for the
of eggs in
bond, on the
China?
bill list, this is the bill for the bond.
Correct,
Yes.
right,
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
okay,
We
I thought that was the
You're
question.
suing here, you're suing there, that's okay, no problem, but this is a bill that we approved to pay.
Okay.
No, we didn't approve
I make-
to pay yet, we're in the
I
middle.
make
don't
a,
approve not
I
to
make
pay,
a motion to
doesn't
table
matter.
that particular bond.
Okay. You
Okay.
want, what do you want?
Wait.
You want?
Table the Blakely
Table
group.
No.
Dasty and the Blakey group.
No, I'm not, I don't agree to the blood.
Do I have a
So the-
second?
The original, the
Second.
motion was from Di Gregorio, and it would be either, right?
Oh, we could take, we go
Just
vote on that.
Dasty, the original motion was made to,
Just Dasty.
pass the bill list minus Dasty, that was seconded by Councilwoman, and then, now there's another motion, so we need to dispose of this motion first
Okay.
before we can.
Yep.
That's fine.
Okay, motion to table.
Okay, there's a motion to table that motion.
Okay,
Second.
okay.
No, we're doing the first motion to table.
No,
We're
no,
tabling,
No, but-
we're tabling the
Councilman
approval,
Gregorio's
we're table,
motion to
All of
we're
them.
table the approval of the bill list with
okay,
the
got
Dasty,
it.
so we're
All right.
tabling
You
that.
wanna include Blakey.
Right, so this is the table, so this is, member Kim to table,
Yeah,
table, right?
The whole bill?
No, it's
No.
to table Councilman Di Gregorio's motion to approve the bill list minus Dasty because we want to add something
Right,
else, right?
Right,
No, okay, I'm not.
member Simon? To table,
Table, so we
With the
can start
Dasty.
over, which we should have done.
we gotta start
we
all
should-
over, yeah.
No, I need some clarification here.
It's the table,
But to table what?
the bill list.
You second
bill
this.
No, you have to pay people.
No, this,
No, no.
this is,
I thought it's to table for Dasty.
it's to table the motion that was made to approve the bill list minus Dasty.
So we're effectively eliminating paying the bill list until we can do our next motion. That's really
Correct.
what it amounts to.
Correct, yes.
Melanie, you're disposing of the original motion, so you can do another motion for the bill list.
You
Okay.
seconded the motion, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure we have a second on it too, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm in favor of not paying Dasty. So whatever vote that means,
This is just to, there will be another motion where you
Yeah.
can vote yes to
We
not
can go
pay
back
it,
to
but
Dasty if it.
it's, this is just to add something else that we want to keep off the
Okay.
bill list, yeah.
then yes.
Okay.
Oh my
Member
God,
Luciano?
it was so complicated.
Table.
Okay, member Di Gregorio to table,
Yes.
member Bergas to table,
That's enough in it, Chris.
Table what?
to table the original motion.
Okay.
The original motion was to pay the bill list without Dasty,
Okay, I'm for it.
we're tabling that. Others have decided to table that, do you wanna table it or
No,
not?
I don't want to table.
Okay. Member Liang?
No.
Okay, now I make a motion to accept the bill list excluding Dasty and the Blakey group.
I'll second that.
Okay, hold on, let me do the first and the second. Okay. Dasty and the Blakey group are out of the bill list.
Correct.
Member Kim?
Yes.
Member Simon?
Yes.
Member Luciano?
Aye.
Member Di Gregorio?
I'd like to ask the attorney before I vote. Can I get, I'm in agreement with getting Dasty off. Can then I reintroduce paying that other
Blakey
firm,
group.
Blakey Group
Sure.
afterwards? I
Yep,
can do
you
that?
can,
All right,
yep.
so I'll make a motion and immediately following. So I'll vote yes
Okay,
to, this vote is to vote yes
To the bill list
to the-
minus.
minus
Dasty
those
and
two.
Blake. Right.
Got it. Yes.
member Bergas?
No.
Member Liang?
No.
So he's gonna
4 to
make a
2.
motion now to pay.
Blake.
Blake.
Okay.
So I'd like to make a motion,
Four to
if it's okay, may I do that now? I'd like to
Yes,
make a
you may.
motion
Go ahead.
to pay Blakey.
Just did the original motion that way.
Yeah.
That's fine. Go ahead, David.
Yes?
Fine.
Okay, go
You
ahead.
can make the motion. You can
I
make the
made the
motion.
motion to pay Blakey.
Yes,
Okay,
I second.
okay. Call for a vote.
DT and RB, first and second. Member Kim,
No.
Member Simon,
No,
Member, okay, thank you. Member Di Gregorio,
Yes.
Member Begats.
Yes.
Member Liang. Yes. Mayor, we need to break the tie.
Yes.
Okay. That gets paid.
Okay, okay, consent agenda, how we gonna do that, or anybody else here to, I wondered about the single motion for all together, but anybody wanted to,
Before we do that, I want to go back to number 8.
number 8? Number 8?
Yep. We didn't take a vote on the budget.
Yeah,
Oh.
we did.
already.
That was the whole thing where the mayor
We
voted
already
on
did.
it.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, the mayor-
Yeah, we have a tie, yeah.
because the attorney
That'll
says
be
that he
overturned
can.
too.
So consent agenda is 24-138,
Do you know if you can't vote on the budget?
Can he vote?
24-139.
I asked Steve. I sent a text to Steve.
Well, if you remember, last year,
Yeah.
when we did not adopt the budget until September,
Cause you need 4 votes.
the auditor's opinion was that the mayor can vote.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Auditor?
that- Yes.
Yes.
Uh,
The mayor
and
can
then-
vote.
and then
So
the
now
mayor-
you can vote yes?
No, if I can finish,
Yeah,
if I can finish,
yes,
please,
for
if I can finish, please.
Just like that.
So because there was such a delay, the auditor was of the opinion that the mayor could break the tie. I, last year, reached out to the assistant director at DLGS, and in a verbal conversation, because at the last year, I think people were doing, instead of no, they were doing abstain. So we were treating abstain differently than a no. But her opinion, the assistant director's opinion, was that if it's a break, the mayor can break a tie. I'm gonna read from the statute, and the attorney can interpret it if you want to. Adoption of the budget. Final adoption shall be by resolution adopted by a majority of the full membership of the governing body.
Boom.
So that's what the statute reads.
4 to 3. Okay.
Full member of the governing body.
Just for the record, Shui, can you read the statute, what the,
A
site-
colon 4-10, adoption of the budget.
Thank you.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
do we need a
I
invitation from,
Memory serves me.
I'm sorry,
It
I'm
was
not
so
really sure what's
far
going on.
in arrears
Budget
on
was going on,
adopting.
but
It was, yeah, it was,
That we
yeah.
were afraid that the
So-
state was gonna come in.
Consent
So
agenda.
we allowed,
Okay.
well, it was
But,
grand.
but even with that opinion, I think Mayor Kranjak historically was taking the position that he cannot vote on the budget.
That is
Correct,
And
yeah.
even
He was
with that
incorrect.
recommendation, he did not break the tie.
Okay.
Because that was just his practice that for the last 8 years, he hadn't done that. So he didn't want to be told that, he could do it that year.
Okay, all right.
So item
Those are
12.
just the facts.
Item 12, the consent agenda includes 24-138, appointments for the summer camp staff. 139, appointment of part-time administrative assistant Matthew Leon. 140, adopt a cash management plan. 141, authorize payroll direct deposit mandatory. 142, authorize NJDOT grant for Summit Avenue Road Program. 143, accept the 5K donations. 144, appointment of the risk manager Amy Peroni. And number 145, approval of the cell tower lease renewal.
Can you explain a little bit of the cell tower lease, how much money it's gonna bring us?
Do you want to do a first and a second, and then I can talk if you want to have a conversation?
Okay, yeah, once you list, it's something good.
Well, I'd like to
first?
know about that too, because I read
Yeah,
that
okay,
in Oprah
all right.
emails as well, that there was a whole negotiation going on with the
Right.
cell tower that.
That's
This is the first time even hearing about it.
Okay.
There was negotiations that I included the technology committee on.
Oh.
And the technology committee was involved with me, but I did most of the discussions with Verizon. So Verizon, almost 24 years ago, had our first contract or first lease with the borough, and that will expire August 1st of this year. So we renegotiated a contract where they started with a $5,700 payment and 2% increase every year. We went up to $7,500 and 2% increase every year. We settled on $8,600 per month with a 3% increase every year for the next 4 5-year renewals.
How
So for
many
next 20 years.
How many co-locations are on our tower?
3. We have T-Mobile, we have AT&T, and we have Verizon. Yep.
Yeah, and have we looked anywhere else, because in some of the places that I know of that there's co-location, people are getting upwards of $20,000 a month.
And so in some of the previous, for instance, like the AT&T, we're getting close to $15,000 a month. So when we negotiated this,
Also, I apologize for interrupting you, so you mean this is only for the only one?
one vendor, the one vendor.
One vendor out of
Verizon.
40. So there's not one chief vendor that owns the tower?
No, we
own the tower.
So that's only the one, we still have other two that we can negotiate?
And we negotiate with them separately. We negotiate with them separately.
So how much is the total lease will come, this one?
So this total lease is 8,600, a 3% increase every year, which will give us, at the end of this lease, $2.8 million in revenue.
This is
The
only
previous lease was 1.4 million. We collected 1.4 million. So that's where we are right now with this.
Okay.
So I need a first and a second, Mayor.
Can I just ask a question on the staff for camp? How many staff members are going to be involved?
I have it
And how
listed.
many campers do we have?
So we're at 151. Sorry, 115. I apologize. 115.
That have,
115, which is our max, according to
We
Marco.
have 115 registered.
115
Yes.
registered.
okay?
And then the camp counselors are on the resolution themselves. Names and salaries.
Okay.
Can we
I just didn't.
can we comment a little further, or do we need a motion and a first and
It
second?
would be
I
good we
need,
have a first and second so we
Okay,
can do
because
it.
I do
Yeah,
have a
okay.
comment on the camp.
So,
Wait, I'll make a motion
okay, thank you.
to accept the consent agenda excluding 24-152.
150, no, this is not the,
I'm gonna do a second vote for that one.
no, this one
I'm
is
gonna go for-
132, 145.
This is all under consent agenda.
Yeah.
By our rules, if we accept the consent agenda, we do it all as a whole. So I'm making a motion, I don't know how we're gonna separate it out after we accept it as a whole. First, we gotta make a motion to remove it, because if we do the consent agenda, that means we just approve it.
Why, what do you, what do you
Okay.
wanna do?
So let me finish, then let me
No, but
finish.
this is,
So,
this is.
I got
is
it.
part
So
of
let me
it?
finish. So let me finish.
The agenda?
If,
Yes, is it
If
part
the-
of this, or this is
Yes,
separate?
Yeah.
it's
So-
part of the
I
consent
know, this is
agenda.
part of this, oh, I see, okay, no, no. I
after
understand.
145, which is the
Separate.
cell tower lease, then we also have 146, 147, 148, 149, 150, 151, 152. They are all renewals on liquor licenses, 2024,
They're all
2025.
listed under the consent
Yes.
agenda.
So
So
your
you're
motion,
voting to accept it.
To accept the consent
Accept.
agenda excluding 24-152.
I'll
okay, well,
second that.
pull that out.
Pull it out.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll second that.
Then can we vote on that separately, correct?
Let's vote on it separately, pull. If you're not sure, you can bring it up to vote on it.
Okay, so-
Otherwise, just leave it off.
Right now, Mayor, we have a first and a second on 138 to 151.
But you have a legal opinion here?
I think I expressed it before with the liquor license 152, there could be a potential for, risk of litigation, yeah.
We're gonna have a meeting in the next couple of weeks, so we can resolve it before the liquor license expires.
Right.
And we
If it
hold
does,
their,
then we hold the
and
liquor
we feed
license.
to the fire a bit.
Okay, I'm
to
just-
Make them comply that we have letters from residents that they're very upset with the
Understood.
noise.
Okay, I just understood, I just wanted
Then
to
we
put that out there.
reject the CO.
Yeah, can I speak for a moment?
Yes,
No,
With the liquor licenses, the deadline of the expiration is June 30th. Unless you have a meeting before June 30th, we have to put that resolution on. If not, they will not be able to serve liquor.
no, we
What
have,
is she saying?
it's by June 30, we have to.
She was saying that the liquor license expires
That's all
on
right.
June
So
30th, so
that's
you
my
have
motion.
to, if you're gonna give them a license, you have to do it before June 30th.
That's good.
Correct.
If they were better neighbors, they might have one tonight, but since they're not good neighbors, that's my that's my motion.
And there's a second, so call the roll.
Okay, call the roll.
Okay. Member Kim?
Yes.
Member Simon?
Yes,
Member Luciano?
Yes.
Member Di Gregorio?
yes,
Member Brigats?
Yes,
Member Liang?
Yes.
Passes, Mayor.
okay, you know what, during discussion, and I just, if you wouldn't mind, like to do it post, regarding the summer camp staff, and I'm not gonna make a big deal about it, but I do wanna bring up something. that was forwarded to me, that we must be more careful and vet the social media of each one, and this includes students. There was something that was rather unflattering that was posted, that was forwarded to me. I'm not going to make an issue of it, but I do believe that the recreation director needs to make it very clear to all of the counselors that they need to have a clean record on social media. I don't want to see one counselor making any kind of inappropriate face or gesture or even sticking a tongue out on social media. These counselors are setting the example of other children in town, and they should be top children, even if we need to pay them a little bit more, but it should be a privilege to be working, and they should be setting the example for younger people that are part of the camp. So I just wanted to make that point and make it strong. I would have done it before, or I would have done it privately, but I feel since it's already passed, it needs to be a shot across the bow to be more careful about and discriminate more of who we're hiring for the summer camp. It should not just be a parking lot for children in the summer. It's got to be more than that. Thank you.
Okay, thank
It
you.
should also be vetted by the police department, I'm not sure what the requirement is.
Well, we need to, we should check into
Yeah,
that.
who does the vetting?
They're all vetted.
Police do for counselors.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, now 13, right?
We have to do 152 if we're gonna do 152.
We did, we pulled it out.
We just put it up.
Okay?
Check it out.
No one's made the introduction.
Okay, and then introduction of ordinance, okay,
Yeah.
13, I need a motion and a second for introduction of the ordinance 24-09. I need a motion. Need a
Motion.
second.
Which one?
2409.
Okay, second, okay.
Okay,
Any discussion?
Rivka, you second?
Yes.
Thank you.
No discussion, and then roll call, please.
Member Kim?
Yes.
Member Simon?
Yes.
Member Luciano?
Abstain.
Okay. Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
Member Brigats?
Yes.
Member Liang? Yes. Okay, Mayor passes.
Okay, do I need to approve introduction of ordinance?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, I
introduction of
need-
ordinance
Yeah.
2410.
Motion,
24-10.
motion for 2410.
Okay, motion 24-10, I need a motion and a second.
I already made the
For-
motion.
Okay, second.
But can somebody give us a little bit,
Yeah,
the background information,
Yes,
a little bit details?
I can. So did you second, Philip?
Yes.
Okay. So the introduction of this ordinance is other communities who are experiencing accidents and issues with electric bicycles now are requesting that the people who ride in their community have helmets, that you can't ride an electric or a low-speed electric or motorized bicycle without putting a helmet on. That's really what the crux of this is.
As we run this
Okay,
past the
that's
police chief,
The police chief was okay with it. We did run it
now
by,
who's gonna enforce it?
yeah, but we
You can't
did.
stop them anyway, and here we are spinning our, I mean, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm on my motorcycle and I'm going slower than someone.
But at
I know.
least it's on our books, somebody cannot sue us later on that we don't have it, if an accident happens, I don't know,
So-
people are crazy. They have it in our books.
I think
Okay.
enforcement's a good question, but the reality is if there's a bicycle motor vehicle accident and that individual who's not wearing a helmet on a low-speed electric bike could potentially get a summons for it, could potentially be cited for it.
I've noticed, a lot of children riding those motor electric
Yeah.
scooters. Is there a way we could include that as?
The language is in there.
Oh,
for that.
okay.
Yep.
This
language is in there for that.
includes the electric scooters?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they put low, Chris, that's why they put low speed,
Motorized.
because the scooters go slow, the bikes go like 20, 30 miles an hour.
Okay.
Okay, roll call, please.
Member Kim, for the introduction only.
Yes.
Member Simon,
Yes.
member Luciano,
Gianni.
I abstain.
okay? Member Di Gregorio.
Yes.
So painful.
Member Brigats,
Yes.
member Liang.
Yes.
Passes, Mayor.
Okay, number 14, adoption of ordinance 24-07, I need
there any?
Motion,
Motion,
Voted on it.
well, no, 24-07, we
Yeah,
did it
you're
already?
good, you're good.
Oh, we did?
You have to, keep going with 2407.
2407 for
Motion.
the first, okay?
motion,
Second?
Okay.
Second.
Okay.
This is for the public hearing. We need,
Oh.
it's an adoption of
So-
ordinance to have a public hearing.
Okay, I need a public hearing. Anyone else come
So
up?
motion to open for public hearing.
Yeah, okay. Motion to open to the public.
second, motion, second.
Who made the motion?
You made the motion, I
Well, it's
seconded
already
it.
made, I'm just wanna,
No.
We need a
Procedurally,
motion,
no.
we need a motion to open for public session.
Motion,
Second. Anybody?
Anybody here?
This is on borough fee schedule amendments.
Can you speak a little bit on that?
Yes.
Jerry?
So, through a two-plus month process, we had staff members, we had one principal staff member with my guidance go through all of the neighboring communities and what they charge for similar or same fees that typical boroughs and cities and those kinds of municipalities, all municipalities charge. So I did distribute one that had it had Alpine, it had Inglewood, it had Cliffside Park, it had all the neighboring communities. Then what we did was, I went through it, I took the ones that I thought would be equitable. So we didn't go above any of the other neighboring communities, but I did recommend some of the communities similar, if not the same, of some of the other communities. Once I did that, then I distributed to all the department heads. And all the department heads had comments. The building department had a significant revision of theirs, and they recommended certain fees based on what other municipalities are charging that our construction code official and our technical assistant are familiar with. So we amended those. So tonight, the final product is looking at all the municipalities around us, setting a new fee or keeping it the same, and then having the department heads all involved in all the fees that they charge in their department.
And they signed off on it.
They did, all of them. They signed off on it, yep. Two departments I worked with closely, police department and building department.
and Matt Leon was helpful.
Matt
too.
Leon, he worked his tail off on this one.
That's great.
Yeah, it was great.
It was good.
Yep. And he was happy to see it completed. He got fired up.
Okay, any public
Okay, so-
hearing and no one seeing
no
and
one-
no one hearing?
Motion to close.
Motion to close the public,
Second.
okay.
Okay,
All in favor? Aye, okay.
Did you wanna?
Uh-huh,
right now,
okay, come out.
can't recognize the councilperson, can't recognize someone that's close.
Andrew Nick at 54 Elm Street. Can this be modified or added to at any time
Yes.
through an ordinance? So it's not just like once a year and you can do it?
it'll be whenever the council wants to modify it, but it typically will be a once-a-year process,
The
Andy.
reason why I ask is I've been working with the fire chief on one of the things that we don't have a resolution or an ordinance in place is for fire watch duties. So
Uh-huh.
that would be if a building has a non-compliant or dangerous condition, we typically put a firefighter or two or an engine at the location until the hazard is abated. Fort Lee had,
Yeah, right after he's done, motion and second.
no,
We had to do a fire watch. We recently had to do a fire watch, yes.
we had that situation.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. No, we don't have the fee, but we had to do it.
But we did have to implement it.
Yes.
We don't have a fee schedule or anything like that, so that's why I said
Yeah.
we're working with the fire chief to determine that. Fort Lee has a similar type thing that basically is sort of like a carrot to encourage compliance.
So the first process, all of these fees, Andrew, are attached to sections of our code. So if fire watch is in our code, then we can add a fee to it. If it's not, then we have to add the section in our code first, and then we can add a fee to it.
So if I got you, the sample ordinance that Fort Lee has, you.
That's how we do it.
easily adopt it.
We pirate everyone else's
Well, I have to
stuff.
follow the ordinance, it's not listed.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
understand, it's not snap the fingers, okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Okay, thank you. Motion, I need motion
Motion
and
to
the second
pass.
to, yeah, already, close.
I'm sorry,
Public.
Member
Motion-
Kim,
Yes.
Member Simon,
Yes.
Member Luciano,
Abstain.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes.
Member Begats,
Yes.
and Member Liang.
Yes.
Okay, Mayor passes.
Okay, and this is adoption? We don't need the two adoption.
We did adoption. We did
Adoption, okay.
motion to
Okay.
open to public hearing and
Okay.
a public meeting and hearing and then adopt,
okay.
right?
And there needs to be a motion to close this. That was the motion to close it.
Oh, that was the
There
motion to
never a
close.
motion to
Yeah,
adopt.
that's a motion closed. That's why I'm wondering. I need a
Okay, I
motion
need a motion to adopt.
adopt. Motion to adopt?
Motion.
Second.
Okay. Roll
Okay.
call, please.
Member Kim, we're adopting the same thing. That was the motion to close the public session.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Nah, it's my sorry. Member Kim,
Yes.
Member Simon,
Yes.
Member Luciano,
I still abstain.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes.
Member Begats,
Yes.
Member Liang.
Yes.
Passes, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. And then I need a motion and a second to open public hearing for the ordinance 24-08.
Yes, motion
Yeah.
to open.
Second, anyone?
Is there a second?
Second.
2408,
Yeah,
recreation fee schedule.
okay. And I need to open for the public hearing, right?
Yes.
There's a motion by Councilman Gregorio, second by Councilwoman Begats, so I think there's the roll
Public
call.
hearing.
Roll call to open, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Member Kim,
Yes.
Member Simon,
Yes.
Member Luciano,
Abstain.
Member Di Gregorio.
Abstain.
No, you said I first. Yeah.
Open.
Well, Rivka voted for me, so I abstain.
That's good.
Member Di Gregorio.
Yes.
Member Begats,
Yes.
Member Liang.
Yes.
Okay, we're open to the public.
Open to the public. Anyone else come out and
Anybody?
Motion to
no-
close to the
no one
public.
seeing and no hearing? Okay, close public hearing.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
who's got their hand up?
No, that was my hand.
Okay,
That was my hand.
okay,
Okay,
I'll keep it up.
okay.
got-
Close,
so motion,
close
motion and
the
second.
public hearing.
Close the public hearing.
Second.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Okay.
And then motion and the second to adopt the ordinance 24-08.
Motion.
Okay,
Second.
okay. Roll call, please.
Member Kim?
Yes.
Member Simon?
I'm just looking at the fees now. I assume you went through this to come up, so
Yeah.
I'll say yes.
Member Di Gregorio?
Yes.
I'm sorry, Member Luciano first.
Rivka says I abstain, so I abstain.
Okay, abstain. So, Member Di Gregorio, you said yes?
Yes.
Member Begats?
Yes.
Member Liang?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Committee report. Anybody want to committee report? Anyone?
Yeah.
Okay, Rebecca? Okay. You can
No,
go.
but I do have a question for the Public Safety Committee. Are you in the process of going through promotions at the police department?
What?
Promotions,
No.
or there's, okay, then I'm got incorrect information.
I believe
going
it's
to
being.
Not you.
No, we're not doing a promotions, right? I think it's being reviewed.
You're being.
Yes, the chief is going through the personnel list. And
First of all, one is leaving. You know,
Yes.
you
That's
get
well,
started, so
I
it's
saw
like-
it. I saw, this I heard prior to.
No,
Yes.
I don't know that.
the chief, to my knowledge, has not made any recommendations yet, but he is doing a full review of the personnel at the police department for that and
I would
and future
appreciate if you
reviews.
would keep us apprised
I don't
when
know.
it comes past your desk. That's
I
all
did not
I'm
hear
asking.
it, I did not hear it, and, no,
Mr. Mayor, oh,
no way, that was it.
sorry. Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor,
Okay,
I have a question. In my Oprah request, naturally, because I don't get anything regularly, but I saw that there was a meeting that some of you had had with residents on Van Nostrand. Never brought back to the council.
and
And
I
no one ever
can,
informed us at any meeting, but supposedly through the Oprah that I read, we went to their house and had a homeowners association meeting and
It's
they've been
beautiful.
making complaints about something with the sewer and
You went with somebody
no one
else.
ever even brought this to our attention. I'm just wondering, since we're talking about committee reports, who did you meet with? And I think Councilman Liang, you might have been there too.
Oh, that's
Never-
good.
never mentioned
yeah,
anything to the
that is,
council.
okay, when I was, take a position, they personally asked me to see over there, so, that's, I just heard about it, they're complaining, the issue, that's it.
Well, what was
When
the
did you
issue?
go and meet with them?
What was the issue?
That
When did you
is,
meet with them? Because like I said, we talked about not having communication.
any, traffic
Because you're
issue,
gonna bring the meeting, because you're gonna bring the information to meetings. Now I have to do Oprah requests to find out information, and you had meetings with residents.
there
I
is,
think that all the council members should be aware of when residents have issues, not just some of us, all of us. And you have to do this.
yeah, there is, okay, at that time, I didn't think about seriously, and I just think about it, the resident wanted to see me, and then they have brought issue about the traffic issue, and exactly same as, public safety issue, and what else I can remember, that's it.
Okay, my point being, Mr. Mayor, respectfully, is that if a resident comes to you and you or Mr. Barbario sends them an email and says, oh, I'd like to come back to your next homeowners meeting so that we can go over this information.
They are inviting me, okay, that is, I, a couple times I told you I didn't think about this seriously.
Can I please finish? All I'm saying and all I'm requesting is like what you had said, is that you would bring this back to the council as a whole and inform us of things like that. I think as residents having complaints, whether it's normal traffic issues or sewer issues, and they contact you, just like as if they just contacted me, I would think that you guys would want to be informed of our residents, and I'm respectfully asking that you please, when you meet with them, inform us of those things. Of course it's not, so none of them are, but it's all right. I just think it's inconsiderate that Councilman Liang, you go to a meeting with the mayor, with homeowners that have complaints, and you don't bring it back to the council at any time until I bring it up tonight of what the issues were, and you make it seem like it's not a big deal. It is a big deal when only some of us are given information and it's not shared with all of us.
Here,
That's my
this is
point.
not a committee-related event. This is local neighbors-related event. I asked Mayor to join the Chinese community, celebrate Chinese New Year. Things like that happens.
No, but
People not necessarily.
This has nothing to do with that.
Yeah,
I got the
people
emails.
not necessarily sharing their complaint, they share their observations. Okay,
So they're
and like a neighbor kind of a communications.
if I understood the mayor just now, he's saying that there was an issue with traffic.
Traffic, that's a neighborhood thing, right? That's not a government
Well,
body
if it's a
issue.
traffic problem, I think that we should be aware of it, so we can address it.
Okay, I think that is not the whole body, issue here. There are, human being, personal, touch me. I don't know, I have to report this single case to all the council. I don't know about it. Okay, no, that's your opinion, okay? You are not the lawyer. I'm gonna consult with the lawyer, and he advised me, I'm gonna follow lawyers,
Mayor.
not you.
The lawyer didn't go meet, you went and met.
Please, stop
You
it.
went and met.
No.
You're the lawyer.
You are not the
All
lawyer.
I'm asking is that you inform us. That's all.
That's not an unreasonable
Committee.
request.
Let's get to the committee, I think we're on committee report.
Okay.
Yeah,
next
committee, I haven't finished a committee yet, my committee.
Okay.
I'd like to say something very good about the finance committee here. From January, they gave us training, the overall budgeting process. Until 2 weeks ago, we got approval from the states, right, supporting position.
Yep.
And in between, there is so many conversations happened at a committee basis. Jerry, thank you, and committee members all joined. And it comes to this point, I think this year's budget is a wonderful budget, in my view. From a surplus, from a tax structure, from the bond, from a whatever, I feel it's one of the best for
How
many
much money are
members.
we using from surplus?
Yeah, we can get into detail, we have a professional here.
Well, I'm
That's-
just saying,
Well,
you
we're
said-
asking-
You mentioned surplus, so I'd
Yeah.
like to
How much
understand.
have we
Surplus
put
is better
aside
than
for
last
tax
year.
appeals?
How much do we use last year versus this year?
Surplus is the last year. You can't come to the detailed number, we need to have another conversation. But but high level speaking, it's a good budget, it's a balanced budget.
Where we did not raise taxes, we really worked
We
item
have
by
nothing
item,
in
it was very
reserve for
good.
tax appeals, we have nothing reserved for
I
our
don't think we
$66
need
million
to, no, you're not
This is
allowed
a
to
good
reserve
budget.
for it, you're not
It's a
allowed
good
to
budget.
reserve for it, you have to listen, you cannot reserve for the future.
Can't reserve
Mayor, I'd like to
No,
make a
no,
motion
no,
to
no.
adjourn the
Okay,
meeting.
please stop it. Any more committee report here?
Yes,
Okay.
go ahead.
And the committee report only, okay?
No.
Please, committee report only, your committee.
I hear
Yeah,
you.
okay, go ahead.
I'm going to answer you now.
Yeah, okay, go
I
ahead.
just wanted to remind the public and the council that Saturday is a recycling event.
Okay, thank you. Okay, any more?
All right, I guess I'm done.
Okay, any more committee reports?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Astounding.
motion to,
Oh, here's what answer.
Couple of things.
Before you adjourn the meeting, I just wanna let the council know what the game plan will be for the budget. So
No,
tomorrow I'll
it's-
go to the state how the budget vote went,
uh-huh,
and depending on their response, if they consider that budget to be adopted, will be done. If they say that the vote, that the way the vote went, the budget is not considered adopted, then what is our game plan?
Okay, then we talk about afterwards.
Okay,
So we'll have a finance committee meeting and we'll discuss it if the budget is
Okay.
considered adopted.
yeah, okay, okay.
Made a motion
Yeah.
to fire Vassie, and I said.
Yes,
Okay.
there is a motion. It's new old business,
Dave, you
new
made the
business.
motion.
sure, I'll make a
Any
mo,
kind of
I second it.
okay, I'll make a motion to terminate Mr. Dasty
And his
I
firm,
second
and
it.
his firm, okay?
call the roll. Any discussion?
Okay.
Any discussion?
Call the roll.
No discussion, and call the roll, please.
Member Kim,
Yes.
member Simon,
Yep.
Abstain.
Luciano,
Councilman Luciano seconded.
Yeah, I seconded it.
member Di Gregorio,
Yes,
member Begats.
Abstain.
Okay.
okay, a couple
Liang?
of,
Taking Glenn's
I-
lead.
Did
you ask Councilman Lee?
Abstain.
I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Abstain still.
Yeah,
Okay,
it passes.
okay.
All right, just,
Can I have
uh,
a motion to
no,
adjourn
not-
the meeting?
not
Motion
yet.
to adjourn,
No,
Mayor.
wait a second, just one, hold on, just one more thing. I don't want, there are a couple, two more very quick things. Shuaib, the cash management report, you supplied it to us
Yes, we
in.
did.
Would you mind and would the council concur to have that cash management report in an oral fashion so the community can see how, how much money is in this account, what's the interest, et cetera, et cetera? That'd be wonderful if it could be more public. And the second thing is I'd like to, as far as beautification goes, there's been some discussion about ordering welcome signs to the borough. I do have quotes. I guess I could do that. We could discuss it in
You can share
committee
it, Jay.
for the next. I thought so too, but I thought,
Yeah,
if
you can share
everyone
the-
concurs, maybe we can move ahead with that very small thing. There's one large sign and then a few smaller signs around
As you
town.
enter the town.
As we enter the town, correct. If everyone concurs, maybe we can move ahead with that. Or I can bring it up to make it a resolution, suggest a resolution for the next time. All right?
Okay,
Thank you, Councilman.
can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Simon,
Okay, thank you. Good night, everybody.
good night.
Yeah, that was.
Thanks, Chris. See you later.
I think that's not
Bye-bye.
clear that- Chris, thanks, man. Okay, good. I hope so.